Hey guys, it's Sam from Sauce Slow and Slow, and today we have something very, very special. I know it's an indulgence, but if you have the opportunity for a special event or an occasion or once a year, get yourself one of these. It's a four bone rib joint, a prime rib joint. Absolutely stunning piece of meat, and we're going to do some really special stuff with this. It's been aged for 75 days, and thanks to the guys at Steak King Lutwich, they've dressed it for us, they've prepared it for us, and we're ready to enjoy it. So 75 days been dry aged for. It's going to be absolutely beautiful. It's a prime piece of meat, and we're going to do justice to it and show respect for the animal that gave us this piece of meat. So here is our beautiful piece of meat. It's been prepped from our butcher, and we're going to do a few things for it. We're going to rub it down, and we're going to use our 180 spice blend, 180 blend, and we're going to put it in the Masterville Gravity charcoal smoker. We're going to do that at 260 degrees Celsius for about half an hour, and then we're going to drop it right down to about 110 and do it really slow for an hour and a half. We're not going to smoke it, but because we're using charcoal, we're going to get some beautiful flavor in it anyway. So guys, right down here, let's have a look at our preparation. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to wrap each of these bones in foil. The only reason we're doing this is to have that white and dark contrast, the beautiful crust against the white bones. It's only for presentation. It doesn't do any more than that, guys. So look, you can skip this step if you really don't want to, but because we're going to try and do the best we can for this piece of meat, that's what we're going to do. So all we're going to do is just wrap these around here really, really simply, as best as we can, like so. And we're just going to crimp that for presentation. So it looks like I'm one short. So what we'll do is we'll come back in a second and we'll show you us preparing it. Okay, so let's put some olive oil on the outside. We're just going to get the olive oil, and this is really just like we do with any other cut of meat. It's really just as a binder. Look how stunning this is. So we've got some beautiful marbling in here, beautiful prime rib roast here. Okay, so we've got some dry hands here. Okay, then we're going to dress it with our 180 blend. So the herbs in this blend are going to work really well with the beef, and then the spice in here is going to give us some beautiful flavor, and it's also going to give us a really nice crust. So we're just going to cover this piece of meat in our blend. And I'm just going to swing it over here, and we're just going to cover the rest. You just want a nice even layer. Don't want it too heavy. And then just at the top here. And then what we'll do is we'll grab it, we'll get our sides like so. And we're just going to let this sit for probably about 10 minutes. And that's just to let the blend set up, become a bit tacky, like so. So we're just going to grab everything on our board. We don't want to waste that blend. The wonderful thing about using a big piece of meat like this. Okay, so that's our prime rib prepped. Simple as that. And now we're going to move on to our veggies. Now we're not going to waste these veggies, but they're going to serve a purpose. So inside here, beautiful cast iron pan. We want our meat to sit on something. If it sits straight on the pan, it's going to burn. So we're going to put something down for our veggies to sit on. So over here we have our carrots, just our baby carrots. Again, we're not going to waste these. So we're going to put them in our pan like so. And again, it's just a bed of vegetables. They're going to impart some flavor, but they're also going to keep our meat away from our pan. Then we're going to use our garlic. Now our garlic is going to slowly roast in here. And what we're actually going to do is reuse that garlic to make our polenta roasted garlic mash. So nothing's going to go to waste. Okay, so we'll grab, what we'll do is we'll get a little bit of oil in our pan, and that's just going to get those veggies started, like so. Okay, and then we're going to put our meat straight on the top. Now you see that's going to sit there. That's got something nice to sit on. And that's basically it, guys. That is prepping our prime rib roast, 4-bone prime rib roast. We're going to get it in at 260 when it's heated up. We're going to run that for about 30 minutes to get a really good sear and a really good crust on the outside. And then we're going to run it low, 110 degrees Celsius for about an hour and a half until it reaches perfect medium rare. So we'll come back and we'll show you what's. So hey guys, so what we're going to show now is just some of the side dishes we're going to do. Obviously we said we'd do a roast garlic and polenta mash, which we'll do later on. But we're just going to do some basic roast vegetables in the smoker, and we're going to finish them with a red wine glaze. So really simple, just 2 vegetables. So we've got our asparagus here, absolutely beautiful asparagus, and then we've got a broccolini. Now you can get normal broccoli, which has obviously got the bigger florets on top and the bigger stem, but I find these are much sweeter. They roast up a lot better, and the edges of these kind of go a bit dark, which gives you that kind of like real sweetness, so we'll go with that. So asparagus, how do we prep our asparagus? Real simple. Grab probably halfway down. All we're trying to do is just break off the actual part we don't need. It's called the woody part of the stem, so it'll break quite naturally for you, and you can do that with all of them, as you can see there. So you come to the end, this part here, you'll see it's slightly woody inside. That's not actually going to be very tasty at all, and it will naturally break where it's woody. So we're going to do that with all of them. So we just break those, and we're going to put them in our pan. Now in our pan, we're just going to put some salt and pepper. We'll probably might put a bit of 180 blend in there, and then olive oil, and that's all we're going to need. Now that's a bit of a cheat. I would do them individually, but for the sake of the video, we're just doing them all together. Line them up, give them a snap. There's your woody part, and there's our asparagus. Asparagus is in there now, and we're going to put some olive oil on that. We've got a small pan. We're obviously going to put this in a bigger pan, but just for demonstration. Then we're going to put these on here like so. Just like that. We're just going to build these up, and these are going to roast nice and gently. Okay, what do we do now? So let me just wipe my hands, and then we're going to come in with some olive oil. Just really simple olive oil. We're actually going to do some spice blend. So we just want to cover this in oil, and this is just going to get it started. And again, all we're doing is just dry roasting these, and they're going to finish in a really nice glaze. So let's just get a little bit of our blend, and again, it's just a seasoning. This does have salt in it, so all we're doing is giving it a light seasoning. Those spices are going to fall through. They're going to warm up as we cook, and we're going to be finished with a really nice pan. So guys, that there is just going to go straight in here, and I'm probably going to put that in for about 20 minutes. So actually, when I take out my prime rib roast and rest it, which will rest for about 30 minutes, this is then going to go in, turn up the temperature, and let it roast. So that's our first side dish with our prime rib roast. We'll come back and we'll show you the polenta with our roasted garlic. We'll show you the rib roast, and then we'll show you all finished. So hang in there, it's going to be worth the wait. Hey guys, so we're going to use our compound butter that we talked about in another video, and now we're going to drop the temperature of our prime rib roast down to 110°, and we're going to cook till 48°. We'll take it off, rest it, and medium rare will be 51. So there it is so far. We're getting some nice colour, and all we're going to do is just brush this on and let that kind of melt. We'll do the same here. We're just going to brush that on, let that melt. Now don't worry if we're taking some of the rub with us, because we're going to keep doing this as we go. There we go. Just going to rub that on, and don't worry, the rub will stay on there. Do the same over here. Get some there. And that butter can go in that pan and do its thing. Mix with the olive oil, like so. Okay, we're just going to keep doing that, guys. And it's going to give it some really nice flavour, and then we're going to close it down, let it cool down, let it cook. Put some butter over here. This butter we're just going to put in the pan. We've got some olive oil in here already, which is going to stop it from burning. One thing we don't want to do with the butter is we don't want to burn. Put that in there as well, back here. So we come back here and we can see we're just getting a bit of that's going to soak up our vegetables. We're going to brush our garlic like so, because we're going to use that roasted garlic in our mash. Alright guys, so we'll close it up. Like we said, we're going to leave that cooking till 48°C. 51 is going to be medium rare. We're going to take it out, rest it for half an hour. We'll come back and show you.